Okay, so I've had to turn the overhead lights on because there's a few shadows, I'm sorry, but I'm just about to lose the light for the day. So we've got our linen pieces for the background, and we've got our Liberty quarter circle. And we're going to sew them right sides together, and always, whenever you're doing quarter circle pieces, always put the piece that's the background piece, and I like to think of it as a smile, the smile shape on top. So happy smile shapes on top. That's all I think about. So we're going to find the middle of that. You could mark the middle if you want, but I tend to just do it with a pin in the end of the pin and the end line pin, and that will find our middle. Pop your pin in the middle. Okay, so keep the pin in like that. Grab another pin. These pins are tulip pins. I really like them, but I think Clover do some nice fine pins as well. Find your end point of there and find your other end point there, and that will give us the middle. Fold that in half, and then we're going to pop that in there like that, and just make sure that you've come through on the line, and we have, so that's good. So that's our piece there. So there's our middle. Okay, just make sure your edges are nice and straight, and you can pop that one in like that. And then we're going to grab the end point, and we're going to pull it over and make it come in the end point of here. Okay, and just twist it so that the edges here are straight. You don't want it like that because you're going to end up with a funny shaped block. So twist it round and pull it in like that. So you got that. So you're going to do the same at the other end. Pop that in the point there. In your point there. Make sure your edges line up nicely. It's just a case of fiddling around a bit. I'm trying to do this at a weird angle so you can see it, but okay. So you could just sew like that and just check your lines as you go, but I always like to put in an extra 2. It just makes the sewing quicker and it makes it more accurate. So I've just basically with my fingers just kind of smooth that round. Okay, see how that sits nicely? And then we want a pin halfway, and just make sure it comes through on the line. It doesn't always, but just make sure it does, so it sits nicely like that. I'll find another pin, and again just use your fingers to make sure that sits nicely, and you're away like that. Okay, so that's a quarter circle block that you've pinned and ready to go.